I want to thank everybody for watching CryptoRevolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. W12 reached out to me and they said, Chris, we want you to talk about our initial exchange offering and our project to your followers. They made a donation to the channel, and here we are. So W12 just had and completed 2 rounds of their initial exchange offering. The first round is completed. They sold 667,000 W12 tokens. The second round is also completed. They sold 1 million W12 tokens. So definitely they're selling a lot of tokens. W12 is going to be listed on 5 international exchanges by the end of May 2019. If you want to participate in the W12 initial exchange offering, you can do so. The link is in the description. What is an IEO? It's an initial exchange offering. So remember, we used to have ICO was a phenomenon in crypto. There's a lot of people that lost a lot of money on these initial coin offerings. So the ICO days potentially are over. The problem with the ICOs is these tokens would raise a ton of money, and then potentially they would never even get listed on any exchanges. Obviously a problem. People, they had all these coins and they couldn't even trade them. So with an initial exchange offering, basically these coins are guaranteed listing on these exchanges immediately, right after the initial exchange offering is complete. So this reduces a lot of the risks. So it's really beneficial for these initial exchange offerings because the exchange is going to work with the project. They're going to provide additional liquidity. They'll give access to its user base, market making. So this will contribute to the growth of the token, also increases the volume of the trading. The initial exchange offering phenomenon has become very popular now. We see, it began with Binance's Launchpad. After Binance launched its Launchpad, all these exchanges are now interested. One paradigm that's been created is these projects have to have a good potential for success because they're going to be listed on these exchanges. So there's kind of this partnership, if you will. They're completely as a partnership where they both want to see each other succeed, work together to do so. What is W12 and how does it work? So this is the W12.io website. W12.io crowdfunding on blockchain. The W12 platform creates a decentralized infrastructure in which trust between the parties is not regulated. All processes are automated and completely transparent. So it uses smart contracts. You can see here there's a lot of charitable organizations that stand to benefit from the W12 platform. You can see here that only 50% of the money that's donated is actually going to the charity. A lot goes to other costs. So they look to drop the cost from 50% to about 5% using the direct targeted financing of projects that would be carried out through W12 platform. Be fully transparent. The problem of collecting signatures in an offline environment is very time consuming, expensive, and inefficient. So with W12, this would automate the process of collecting signatures online. Projects for a sustainable development. So there's really a lack of convenient, secure, transparent infrastructure that when you're trying to bring large groups of people together in order to solve the most significant problems that humanity faces today. So this is a situation where the blockchain protocol allows for implementing the following. You can basically pay only when the project is completed or when things get completed. So that in itself will create a lot of accountability. Shared construction is another market where they're looking to disrupt. The problem is there's a high cost of finished housing, high risks when you buy at a construction stage. The rise in the cost of real estate due to large number of intermediaries. So again, this would lower the cost involved with that. Tokenization of real estate would be another market they'd want to disrupt, as well as they're looking to tokenize goods and services supplied in the future. So where you could collectively purchase at a discount. And obviously, like we've been speaking of, the ICO market and crowdfunding has been a disaster for the ICO market. And this initial exchange offering idea, which not only are they having their own initial exchange offering now, but they're looking to create their own platform to have initial exchange offerings for other projects in the future. When Binance launched the Launchpad, all the exchanges now are interested in these projects that have a lot of potential for success because these exchanges are going to essentially have these coins launched on them immediately after. Previously with ICOs, these exchanges used to have really difficult conditions. As far as if you want to get listed on this exchange, you would have to hold and raise the price of your token after the listing. So then you get these coins that are forced to offer all these trading competitions, anything in order to keep the actual volume of trading of that particular project at a very high level. So the IEO model is obviously beneficial to crypto. An important question would be, what kinds of projects should you pay attention to? How do you choose a suitable project for a IEO? Lately, there haven't been a whole lot of really high quality projects to choose from. So it's important to look at projects that really solve a global problem. You need a strong team and a product that can prove themselves this year and in the years going forward. W12, I think, looks like a pretty good project. It solves a lot of problems that we have in society with accountability, as well as these initial exchange offerings would definitely clean up the ICO market in crypto. So now, again, the team has launched their IEO. It's going to be held on 5 different exchanges. You can see they've got Coinbenny in 5 days, System Coin. They've got another round coming, BitInca. They've got 2 rounds coming, Digital Price, HandBitco, and the launchpad.w12.io as well. W12 has been through a lot of updates themselves as a project. So the team created the protocol, and then they've started implementing it as well. They built multiple platforms based on it. And you can see here, they won first place in Best ICO Project at the World Blockchain Forum in New York. They've got a really strong team and some solid advisors. I definitely recommend you come over to the website and check out the team, the advisors. It's always important to do your own research. They were a finalist in a selection of 140 projects in Lugano, Switzerland as well. Now the project has an international community of over 100,000 people, 20 languages are spoken. W12 has set a lot of goals, a lot of big goals. I really feel they're pretty obtainable. They've got a lot of high ratings. If you go over and you look at any of the ICO ratings websites, if the team succeeds in just a portion of what they're planning to do, I think it will be a very successful project. The token value could increase exponentially at that point. Again, I have to encourage you, you got to do your own research on this. W12, they're using blockchain technology where it's needed. You need this trustless system in place. They're creating social projects for sustainable development on their platforms. This is the W12 Launchpad. So initial exchange offerings are just getting started. This has been at the forefront of the W12 team's goals to provide a solution as far as these initial exchange offering goes. So W12 came up with a solution that reduces and simplifies the participation in the initial exchange offerings. Remember, the team started working on this. They didn't just start this year. They started in 2017. The project can issue tokens based on smart contracts, raise funds for pre-initial exchange offering rounds, then get a listing on the partner exchanges for the full-fledged initial exchange offering. As you can see here, they're pretty excited about the fact that they've got an exchange coming soon. So they'll have their own exchange to launch from. Initially they'll use other exchanges as far as launching these initial exchange offerings, but then they'll move to a situation where they are the exchange and they're going to be launching the initial exchange offerings directly on their exchange. What makes this attractive for buyers with W12, some of the funds can be returned to the token buyers. If these projects come out and they don't hit a lot of their goals, some of those funds can be given back to the people that initially invested in these projects. So to break it down how it works exactly, the protocol allows the project to have some flexible settings. They conduct a pre-initial exchange offerings. All the transactions are decentralized based on smart contracts, completely safe. The project attracts funds to the pre-IEO by issuing a token via the W12 protocol. The project sells part of the tokens on the W12 site to raise funds necessary for the development and implementation of the initial exchange offering. So the project can set which part they receive immediately and which part they receive after the initial exchange offering. So this gives them the ability, because these initial exchange offerings obviously cost money. They have to pay a percentage possibly of these coins or an upfront fee. So like we talked about, after the initial exchange offering, the buyers have the ability to determine whether the tokens are going to be issued to the funds, the W12 tokens, or if they're going to be returned to the people that invested in the initial exchange offering. this model, again, positive on the entire crypto market. I think it's going to help the crypto market grow. You're going to get a lot better projects coming through the pipelines. W12 token obviously could succeed really well off of this. Imagine this is kind of, Binance had a launch pad, and this is kind of what they're setting themselves up to do is have their own launch pad type situation. In general, W12 has a lot of really good tokenomics. The W12 token, basically, it's going to be a digital asset that's used as a fundraising tool for all the projects that are created on the W12 protocol. Even though there will be some time and some goals that still need to be achieved by W12, they've technically are ready with quite a few of their platforms. I think this project could be a really good fix to a lot of things that are wrong in crypto right now. They have an idea where they're going to roll out these initial exchange offerings on a regional basis, which would allow these coins to be covered on a global scale. That would provide a lot of hype for the projects that they're going to set up with these initial exchange offerings in the future. So definitely, after you do your own research, you can visit the project website at tokensale.w12.io. The link is going to be in the description. And then you can come over here and you can choose the most convenient trading platform for you. If you like the content that I provide on a daily basis, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.